watching Halenville Live with Fruitcake Tony. Woo!
Oh, yeah. All right. Yes, sir. And we are out of the gate. It's only 9:06. We are live. It is Tuesday once again, June the 6th, 2023. Fruitcake Tony, Charles Green, Ed Dubril along. What's up, guys?
Hey, how's it going, Tony?
It's going good, man. Good to see you.
Excellent. Excellent. You guys are looking good?
You too, man.
Too.
Thanks, man.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. So strange to say that, isn't it?
You got the day right.
I'm getting used to it.
You're getting better. You're getting better.
It comes quickly after the weekend, though.
Yeah, it does. It does.
You know.
A little less time to prepare.
Yeah, well, it certainly is a good thing. It is Tuesday, and this is Halenville Live. We're talking all things Van Halen. Yes, we are. We have since changed just a couple of weeks now from Wednesday to Tuesday. And it's feeling pretty good. I'm liking it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you're liking it. Hope you're getting used to us on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Get used to it. That's the way of it. So, yes, sir.
I think they like it. I've heard good things.
Yeah, yeah.
I like the vibe of Tuesday night. It's a good deal.
Yeah, me too.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. So, we're going to be talking all about our newest and most handsomest crew member around here, the lovely
baby.
Ed Dubril.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we are.
I love that shirt. That's a power shirt. Right there. Power shirt.
Sorry for my French.
We promised Ed that the hazing would end this evening, so we still got a couple more hours to hammer him, I guess.
Bring it on.
But we're gonna get to know you, buddy. We're going to hear all about you and why you're a Van Halen fan and all your concert experiences. And, yeah, man. So,
yes.
Can't wait. This is going to be a treat. We'll also, a little later on, we'll venture into some nearly impossible Van Halen trivia. And we'll give you... We'll give you a 1971 D quarter, and we'll sling you $1 million Van Halen bucks.
Must have cash.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll give you some guitar picks, Halenville picks, some new Ed Dubril picks. Ed's got new picks. That'll be in there. You might see some Brendan B. Squared picks or some Jay Turner Mean Street picks or some Andy Carson picks in there. So, but that's a little later on. We'll get into that. Tough question tonight. So,
Tough one.
Yes,
yeah,
I
we
agree.
got to bring it tonight.
It's a good one.
Yeah. How's things going this week, Charles Green?
Yeah, we're busy. We're busy. It's North Carolina right now. Um, it's crazy. It's crazy out there right now. Charlotte's a really big city, and it's easy to get lost. I've been driving the last few days, just a lot of driving, even more so than normal. And I got lost in Charlotte. My GPS went down, and I had like this panic mode because I kid you not, I had no idea where I was, man. I mean, I didn't know it. I looked up; it was a little overcast. The sun was not even going to help me. So anyway, I got out of this large neighborhood, and things came back in focus within like 10 minutes. But it was kind of crazy. It's kind of weird how much we rely on that stuff now.
I know.
It's just crazy. But yeah, that's we're just working and trying to enjoy myself and spend time with you guys and talk about stuff we love, man. That's really all I've been doing, you guys. I got to spend a real nice night the other night, Sunday night, with Ben Coombs on his channel.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh.
That was
I
nice.
just love that Canada vibe, man. Ben is just awesome. He's a gracious host. He always just rolls the red carpet out. He's just a really good guy. Thanks to you guys. A little shout out to the Water Buffalo Society. And yeah, it's a great community. Love you guys, man.
He's a funny guy.
He's awesome. He's awesome.
He is. He is.
awesome.
I have to watch that. I haven't seen it yet.
But check it out.
Yeah,
Check it out.
go
brother.
check out all the
Absolutely.
Ben Coombs stuff. Links are down in my description here. You can always catch Ben, subscribe over there, and I'll meet you in the chat on Sundays and Mondays every week. Yeah.
Oh, Tony, I don't know if you caught it or not. Social Distortion is coming to the Fillmore. Richard Nagamitsu on Ben's
I heard
channel.
you talking about it on Ben's show.
He's a member of this family. I'm not sure if I've actually seen him on Halenville before. Richard, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry if I don't remember you being on here, but I see him regularly. He's going to meet up with me at the restaurant, Tony, and it's going to be really, really a great show. They are from my absolute beginning of my past.
Where's it at?
Fillmore, Charlotte.
At the Fillmore, right on.
Yeah. It's a fantastic place to see a club. I just wanted to mention it to get it out there. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure yet who they're going to play with, but I guarantee it'll be awesome. It'll be awesome. They'll have 2 or 3 bands. It'll be a really great night. Just a shout out about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, cool. Definitely. Yeah, there's some news that I'm gonna share with all of you guys on Saturday on Show Me Your Pick when we talk guitar picks on the weekend. There's a venue a place that is opened up and they're just starting to host live music.
Really?
Okay, and yeah, and they've got what they're calling a summer concert series. Okay, and it's a bunch of tribute bands. There's a Journey tribute band, a ZZ Top tribute band, a Bon Jovi tribute band,
Really?
a Beatles, and these are all on Friday nights at like 8:30. And dudes, this place is a mile and a half up the street. It's a big complex. It's a multi a movie theater and a roller skating rink and a bowling alley and party host place and all that, and they've never hosted concerts there before. And Jay Turner showed me that, and I'm like, man, this place is right up the damn. We'll talk more about that on Saturday, though.
Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll look at that Saturday on the
Excellent.
weekend when we're not so busy. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I may not be here on Saturday night. I might be supporting my local music scene by going to a show.
Who is it?
Good friend of mine. His name is Boomer. He's a local drummer. He plays in a lot of tribute bands.
Cool.
He's playing in a band called Wildside. It's not a Motley Crue tribute band. It's just pretty much 80s rock.
Mhm.
Great guy. He's been dying for me to go see him. We were co-workers for a while, and he keeps telling me all these great stories about, he was in a Journey tribute band, and called Scarab, and I think Shreddy knows him. All these guys know each other.
Yeah.
And but I might be going to see him on Saturday night.
Well, maybe you can
Go
pop
live.
in while you're there.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I'd love to see
When you
bro.
said Scarab, I'm thinking about all the Scarab Journey artwork right now, all the album
Yes.
covers and everything.
All
That's
those
cool.
Beatles
That is
and
cool.
yeah.
That's very cool.
All right,
you had a
so
great time, bro.
guys, let's open up the chat. I never look until.
You doing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Boom. All right.
Pandora's box.
All right. So Quentin James Hyundai.
Right there, brother.
is
It's good to
there,
see you,
right
Quentin.
on. Hip Metal Works. What's up, dude?
Yes.
That works.
Jimmy Ray Hawkins in the house. What's up?
Yes.
R2, R3, Lock and Nut, our Van Halen bro right there. Yeah, man. Right on. Good to see you, R2.
Hi, Kurt.
R2.
R2.
Guitar
it's
Man
good to see you.
45. What's up, dude?
Hey, bro. Right on, man.
All right. Let's scroll up. Kurt 5150. What's up, Kurt?
What's going on, Kurt?
Nice,
Hey,
dude.
Kurt.
Good to see you, man. Under the Bus crew
Yeah.
on Wednesday, 9 p.m. You can watch those guys. And there's Jay. Good to see Jay. What's
It's
up,
Jay.
bro?
Right on, Jay. Right on,
Yeah,
bro.
nice
up?
to see you the other night, dude. Certainly was.
Yeah, we had
There
fun.
is Dan of New Jersey. What's up, Dan?
Good to see you, Dan.
See you,
Right
sir.
on.
Hey,
bro.
Dan.
There's Trev Symmetry. What's up, bro?
Hey, Symmetry.
The whole
Trevor.
crew is here, man. Good to see you, man. Nice to see you the other night, too, dude.
Yes,
Yes.
All
was.
right.
yes, it was.
Let me scroll up
It
here.
was a great
All right.
party.
Christopher Live Sour. What's up, dude?
Mr. Silva.
Nice to
What's
see
The
going
you.
on?
man, the myth, the legend.
There he is.
Yeah. All-time winningest trivia, dude. That man knows his rock music. And there's Monique. Hello.
Hey,
Nice to
Monique.
see you.
Right there.
Right on. All right. Jay Santiago, good to see you, man.
Hey,
What's
Jay.
going on, brother?
Right
Hi,
on.
Right on.
There's the hit man, Dwight Bailey. Good
Good to see you,
Dwight.
Dwight. Right on, Dwight.
All right. I'm still scrolling up on my poor mouse. All right. Adam Roach is in the house.
Oh,
Right
Adam.
on.
Come on, Adam. Right there, brother.
Adam was one of the big winners of this past weekend with the anniversary. He won the Steve Vai game. Adam, that's coming your way. I shipped that stuff out this morning. So
That's an
International.
awesome pack,
Yeah.
bro. Very cool.
Yes.
OU812 was the winner
right.
of the final one, a Van
That's
Halen
right.
pick.
Yeah.
And
Brian.
Jay Turner was the winner
Yes, he
of the Sammy Hagar package.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Yeah, man.
Very cool.
And all that stuff is on the way. Check your mailboxes. There he is. What's up, Brian? Good to see you, sir.
Right on, Ryan.
Papa Blue's here,
Papa Blue.
Charles.
Papa, it's good to see you, brother. Right on, man.
All right. Have I said Monique's here.
Yep.
You can
I'll
always
say it
mention
twice.
Monique.
What's up, cuz?
Right on. Good to see you, Monique.
Don Deshane's here. John Deshane.
Hey,
It's good to
John.
see you, John. Right on, brother.
Yeah, dude.
Right on, man.
All righty.
Did we mention Jay Turner?
We did.
Mm-hmm.
I'll mention him again. It's good to see you, bud.
All right.
Very cool. Very cool. It's good to see
So-
you guys. Love you.
A couple of weeks or 2-3 weeks ago, our good friend who we've known here on the channel, Ed Dubril, came to join the crew, and we're glad to have him. And he's quite a Van Halen fan, but I think we need to get to know him a little bit more. All of you guys, we've gotten to know him here on the channel some. He's been backstage a number of times, and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I've been waiting for him to bare his soul publicly to us.
Be careful what you wish for.
No, seriously, I've been waiting for this. I really have.
yeah, me too. So Ed, let me start by saying welcome. You being on here with us, it's a natural fit, dude. You know, it was as organic as it can be. You know, you've been here a long time already anyway, just maybe not on screen.
Right.
So, but
Well, thank you for asking.
Yeah. But so Ed, you're up in the Northeast, up in Massachusetts, right?
Yes. Born and bred. Lowell, Massachusetts. Birthplace of the American Industrial Revolution.
Right on.
Actually, we have a national park. The city is a national park. Believe it or not, urban national park. Very historic.
Oh, it's huge, bro. It's huge.
Yeah, it's a big city. About 100,000 people. Yeah.
So, was there music in your house when you were a kid, Ed?
Yes, very much so. My
were you
dad.
a only child, or were you?
I have 3 sisters, an older sister and 2 younger sisters, and my dad liked to play the trumpet, not professionally, but he liked the big band stuff, Glenn Miller, Herb Alpert, stuff like that. My mom loved Elvis. I mean, I knew every Elvis album she had, front to back, live at Madison Square Garden, greatest hits, and all the Elvis. I grew up on Elvis. I was a big Elvis fan. And I was devastated when I was 10 years old and he passed away. I wasn't into any rock back then. All the other kids in school, at that time, they were into Kiss and Aerosmith and Led Zeppelin, and I had an Elvis belt buckle. And, got made fun of a little bit, but I'm like, hey, he's the king. I don't care. So, so my dad he worked for a company called Avco. They built the heat shields for the Apollo missions on the capsules, and then he worked for Raytheon for 35 years. Missile technician. My mom was a housekeeper until we got older, and then she was a school teacher. And I grew up a fairly happy child. And then I found out about rock and roll. Ozzy first. My cousin and my cousin's friend turned me on to Ozzy. I heard Randy Rhoads. I was blown away. I was like, "Wow, this guy's unreal."
So Ozzy first. Wow, that's I was going to ask you,
brother. It was the Ozzy.
Ozzy.
Awesome.
My dad did not like that poster I had on my wall of Ozzy with a cross. And he said, "What the hell is that?"
Oh, you had the poster on the wall. Oh, Ed.
Yeah, he said, "What kind of blasphemy is this?" But I didn't know anything about Ozzy Osbourne until they played that record for me, and I said, "Who's that?" And they go, "It's Ozzy." I'm like, "Ozzy who?" He goes, "From Black Sabbath." I'm like, "Who? Black Sabbath?" I was all into Elvis. I had no clue.
Gotcha.
And my first album I bought was Blizzard of Oz. And then it was Journey Escape. So
wow.
I didn't get into Van Halen.
You weren't a Kiss kid like me and others our age.
No, I had a cousin who was a big Kiss fan, and we listened to their albums in the basement, with the wood paneling and and the old stereo system.
The good old days.
Yeah, the good old days.
Yeah, baby.
So we listened to a lot of Kiss, down there. But I still wasn't, I said, oh yeah, they're okay, they're not bad, but yeah, I was mainly into Ozzy, and then obviously the Crew, so I've been to plenty of. I went to 8 straight Ozfests in a row, and
that's impressive.
Yeah, and saw so many great bands, but the Crew. I saw the Crew almost every tour. Theater of Pain, everyone except for Shout Out the Devil.
Yeah.
So and then once I started hearing Van Halen around 14 years old, I said, "Wow, this guy's even better than Randy."
That's awesome.
So blew me away.
Do you remember? Was it on the radio? Is that where you got your Van Halen exposure?
I'm pretty sure. Yes. I heard it often. When my dad didn't have it on AM in the vehicle in the car. I think I might have heard it in my dad's car, and or on a friend's radio or something, or a cassette, or Walkman or something. I forget what it was when I first heard it, but I was hooked.
Were you ever with your parents and it came on and you wanted to hear it? And if so, what was their reaction to Van Halen? It couldn't have nearly been as bad as the reaction to like Ozzy or something like that.
Yeah, their reaction to Van Halen was mostly in the posters I had on my wall of them, and spandex, and like the poster I have. Where is it? Over here? No.
Yeah.
Over there, behind my head.
Yeah. Like right here. I
had that one in my bedroom. I had the fold-out program from 1984. I opened that one up, and I, of all them, and put that on my wall. And then, of course, all the little pinups from Circus Magazine and Hit Parader and Kerrang and all those great, magazines.
All right. This is a defining moment, chat. What did you use to hang your posters? Did you roll tape or did you use pins? What did you use, Ed?
I used thumbtacks.
Excellent.
Unfortunately, moving them around and everything, the corners got ragged.
Yeah.
But my bedroom walls was this crappy wallpaper, so
I
didn't mind covering it up.
Do you have any relics? None? Any relics from the old days?
I think they're folded up in a box up in our attic. I haven't hung them up. I do have. I had some of those blacklight posters too. Those velvet with the colors.
Yeah. Did you have? Wait a minute. Okay. I have to ask for the chat. Did you have a velvet Elvis?
No. I had one of a guy, a skeleton with a hood on, and he was holding an axe. Then I had another one. It was a cobra. Yeah, those lit up when I shut my lights off. And,
That's awesome.
It was
black lights and lava lamps, man.
And the good thing about being an only boy, I had my own bedroom, so I could do whatever the hell I wanted, and I didn't have to worry. My poor older sister had to share her bedroom with 2 young girls, and she had all her teeny bopper guys up on her walls. Sean Cassidy and John Travolta and all those guys.
Tiger Beat.
Yeah, Tiger Beat. So
Ed, you're a big Elvis fan.
Very, very big.
Did you see when we had Main Street on a couple of months ago? Mitch, their drummer, he used to dress up like Elvis as a kid. And he showed the pictures on the show, if you remember. Elvis brought him up on stage a couple of years in a row in Greensboro.
Amazing. I was jealous.
That is so cool.
I I have to admit, I would kind of put my collar up and play my mom's Elvis album and stand there in front of the mirror and pretend I was singing Suspicious Minds. And
I was a big Elvis fan too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I know
great.
what I'm gonna get you for Christmas, man. I'm not gonna tell you, but I know what I'm gonna get you for Christmas, Ed.
All right.
Darn it.
I'll be waiting.
This is too easy. This is cool. That's cool.
So also music in the family. My grandfather, he was a machinist by trade, but he was also a banjo player, a very good banjo player, and he actually opened up his own club right up the road from me here. I go to a place called The Boat to see all my local bands, and right up the street from that, my grandfather had a place called the Banjo Pub. Him and my uncle opened it up back in the mid-'70s.
Hello, Lenny Lou.
They played the banjo and that ragtime music and with the styrofoam hats and the piano player and the saxophonist and I guess they called it gay 90s music. And he also played over at Shakey's Pizza. You remember Shakey's Pizza?
Dude, Shakey's Pizza. Man.
He played at Shakey's Pizza, and he also played at a local amusement park called Canterbury Lake Park in New Hampshire. And when I was 4 years old, he bought me a banjo. I have it right here. And it's a little Dixieland banjo. It needs some restoration. I think one of my sisters drew on it, and it's missing a string. And so I played with him on stage with this banjo when I was 4 years old.
Ed, bring the banjo back up and flip it around, please, and let us look at it.
Oh, it's just
how old is this instrument, and what is it made of? Is it made of like stainless steel? What am I looking at here?
It's like a chromed metal.
Okay.
And it's called a Dixie.
I
think Brendan would love this thing.
Very well made.
It is.
And how old is this? You were how old when you received this?
I was 4, and I sat there on stage with my grandfather strumming this.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna have it restored because it needs new skin and But it's wow. Yes. I also have a couple of my grandfather's old banjos here that were given to me, when my father passed, and those need some restoration as well. But
that is so cool.
But yeah, so music is in the family. Unfortunately, it didn't fall to me. I can't play. But maybe if I tried.
Come on, bro. I was thinking the other day, I was driving, I said, I think I heard Ed said he didn't play.
Nope.
Oh, no, we could remedy that, bro. Listen, I'm going to say it like this. If Nikki Sixx can learn to play freaking bass guitar, you can play an instrument. I said it. I did say it. I love you, Nikki. I'm sorry, bro.
I do own 3 guitars right now. I used to own 4. I have, but they're basic. I have a Les Paul Epiphone Rolling Rock label on the front.
Cool.
I have a basic Ibanez G10, which is you buy at a department store. And I have a pretty much decoration. I don't even know what kind of guitar it is that my girlfriend bought me. That has Eddie on the front of it with a facsimile signature. And but anyway, no, I don't play, but I do like them. Them a lot.
That's awesome. That's awesome, bro.
So Ed, you said that when you were about 14 when you first heard Van Halen.
Yes.
When did you first see Van Halen?
So, a good friend of mine, his name's Ed as well, Ed Veligor. I've known him since kindergarten. So I've known him for over 50 years now. He and I used to hang out with a lot of these girls in the neighborhood, and we would listen to Van Halen, and the girls loved Van Halen, and we both liked Van Halen, and so we heard they were coming to the Worcester Centrum in Massachusetts here, 1984, and we tried to get tickets, and we couldn't get tickets. So we ended up buying tickets to the Providence Civic Center, and we all went in. One of the girls, her name is Renee, her father was a firefighter, and he had this big old station wagon with the wood panels and so forth. He brought us all down, 6 of us down there, 2 guys and 4 girls, plus his family, the rest of his family, his wife and other 2 kids. And we drove in a rainstorm down to Providence, Rhode Island on March 18th, 1984. It was the second of 2 nights that they were playing in Providence. And boy, what a time I had. It was amazing. I couldn't believe I was seeing Van Halen live. And, you know, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about Eddie's solo right now. It was surreal. It was a surreal night. Her parents went and had dinner and hung out in Providence while we were at the show, and then they picked us up later. And I was dumbfounded. I just didn't know. I was on a concert high for a week. I was hooked, and I went to every tour since, multiple times, some tours, and it's been quite a ride. So and they at the Providence Civic Center, they filmed part of Panama there. It wasn't all done in Philly. Actually, if I remember correctly, I think they played the song twice. Dave is like, "You see these cameras? You're on MTV, man." And some of the footage from the video Panama where he does this to his hair, looks at the screen, he does this, that was from Providence. And there were a couple other scenes that, I mean, obviously they didn't do the swinging on the ropes and all that stuff, but they did film some footage there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and
That's awesome.
I'm like,
You
oh
got
my
to
God,
see them film some footage from Panama at the concert you went to.
and they played it twice because they wanted to get more footage. Wow. So we got to hear Panama twice.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Right,
it was great. It was great. What a time that was. That was amazing.
That's so cool.
That was an amazing show.
That's cool.
And it was my first concert experience ever. My first was Van Halen.
Oh, that was your first concert ever?
Yep.
Okay,
I had never been to another concert. That was my first I was 17.
Oh, my goodness.
And that was my first show ever.
Wow.
So, yeah, that was a great time.
That is super cool, bro.
You were a late bloomer.
Yes, I was. Late to the show.
You were a man, but you know. So, what kind of music? You said you had older sisters, 3 older sisters and 2 younger. What were the older sisters into that you weren't, and what were the younger sisters into that you weren't?
I had one older sister, Lorraine, and she was listening to, the Bee Gees, Grease, Michael Jackson, Off the Wall, Sean Cassidy, the Do Run Run, and Keith Cassidy as well. All those teeny bop. Andy Gibb, all those guys. Leif Garrett.
Okay.
She
I hope
loves
she's not
He
listening.
admitted to Leif Garrett earlier. I believe so.
Other than all the guys I had on my wall from the bands like Ozzy and Van Halen and stuff and Motley Crue, I had Farrah as well. You had to have Farrah.
Oh, of course.
I think it's safe to say that
I had
just about every
Farrah.
guy in this chat right now had Farrah, and maybe some of the ladies had Farrah on the wall. That was a staple. You had to have it.
Yeah, so Lorraine, listened to a lot of that stuff. My younger sisters, I didn't hear them get into music much because I moved out when I was 18, and I think they were just getting into their own and what they were going to be listening to. Also, my sister listened to the what was that first rap song? The hip hop, dibby dibby to the hip hop. You don't stop rocking, all that. She loved that song too, and she played it over and over again. Drove me nuts.
Rapper's Delight.
Rapper's Delight, yes.
Oh,
So
I can't believe you guys actually admitted to knowing that. I was sitting here knowing it, not saying a damn word, but that's okay.
When she played that on her tape recorder, I would crank up mine to Shout at the Devil to
That's awesome.
go over it.
That's awesome. Wow.
So, yeah. So that's pretty much it from my sisters.
So did what other rock bands, when you discovered Van Halen, or when you discovered Ozzy, you said first, what other bands came after that in addition to Van Halen?
I loved. I kind of went back a little bit first. I went to to Led Zeppelin, to older Aerosmith, Boston. I loved Boston. I like Journey.
Did you get into Kansas at all?
No, not really Kansas or Styx or. And back then, you didn't really admit that you were a big Journey fan, because that was soft rock. That was pop. That wasn't Van Halen.
So you're more on the East Coast, and on the West Coast, Journey, when they came into the West Coast, I was in high school when I first noticed Journey. I mean, it was mid '70s, and they were more of a fusion band at that time.
With Greg Raleigh.
Yeah, and so it was. I was into them, at an early age on the fusion level, and when they switched over and changed, it took me a minute to get used to it. It did. And Greg was out, and what's his name was in. Well,
you were a couple years older, where guys like me and Ed, we didn't discover Journey until Escape.
Steve Perry.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. 1981.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then went back, Loving, Touching, Squeezing, and all the rest with Greg Raleigh. Yeah, of course. But that was when they put an album out a year for a while, and they were
on top of the world, man.
They were.
That was the second album I ever bought. It was Escape.
It's arguably their best album, right? Can we go there?
Yeah.
Can we go there?
Most popular, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love a lot of their catalog. I love the ocean.
Who doesn't, right?
Oh yeah.
So as well as those bands, when Quiet Riot hit the scene, I was like, these guys are unbelievable. And a lot of the hair bands, as you would call them, Def Leppard, Photograph. I actually bought the Union Jack cutoff sleeve shirt, and my dad was so mad at me when I wore that thing. He's like, "What the hell is that? Why don't you wear the American flag?" And I'm like, "No, it's just Def Leppard, Dad. It's Def Leppard." He's like, "Who?" So
were you a
That is cool.
Were you a MTV Headbangers Ball Saturday night guy?
Yes. So back then we were late in the game for getting cable TV. My dad didn't want to pay for it, and he's like, "I'm never going to pay for TV." And so after school, I would have to go over to my friend Ed's house, and we would, or some other friends, and we would just sit there in the afternoon and just watch MTV videos. It was great, and eventually we did get cable TV. So
it was normal in those days. For those of you out there who aren't as old as we are, you came home, you turned MTV on, and it gave you your news, it gave you your music, your current events, and it stayed on until you went to bed. Sometimes you just left it on and woke up at 3 a.m. and you were listening to David Bowie. It was wonderful. Bygone times, man.
I had a paper route and some other jobs, and I saved my money, and I bought my own television and got my own cable box, so I was able to watch MTV in my bedroom, which was unheard of back then. Another TV in the house, and it was great. It was great. The Kurt Loder and Martha Quinn and Nina Blackwood and what's his name, JJ. I forget.
JJ Jackson.
Mark Goodman. J.J. Jackson, Mark Goodman. Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time.
Hunter.
Alan Hunter. He's still around.
Alan Hunter in a very long time, Tony.
Yeah, he's doing a serious radio show.
That was classic, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We watched it. That was new media to all of us. And we were already big rock fans going to concerts, at this time already. I had already seen Kiss, Van Halen, and but when that came out, it was, man, you were glued to it every minute. Music videos, round the clock. In the first days of MTV, you saw old Ted Nugent and Aerosmith, and it was a treat.
Yeah, they opened up the archives, and
Yes.
and then of course you see all the newer Motley Crue came out, with Looks That Kill, and Shout at the Devil, and I was and Ozzy obviously with all his videos, and I was just in heaven or in hell, however you want to look at it. Yeah.
Mark at the Moon the other day. The original studio version, the MTV video. That's a great video. I love the old days.
Yeah.
So Ed, before we cruise to trivia, which will be coming up in a little while, I kind of want to get in. You've seen Van Halen several times in several tours, obviously with several singers. I want to get into what's your take on the classic lineup? What's your take with Sammy Hagar, Gary Sharon, and all of it?
Sure.
So are you more on the fence of Roth or more on the fence of Hagar? Starters.
I lean toward Sammy. I loved what Dave did with the band and classic Van Halen, and you can't deny all that. But I had some of my best times, and it's probably because Dave wasn't in the band at the time. I had some of my best concert experiences when Sammy was in the band. And, great performer, great singer, very energetic. You can't deny what he brought to the band. And, and I don't get into all the arguments with people about it. It is what it is. And I like all Van Halen. I always tell people that I don't, as long as Eddie's playing and Alex is behind the drums, I don't care who's up front. And,
wait a minute. Did you say there was an argument about Van Halen? What are we talking about?
A little bit. It's death, taxes, and Sammy versus Dave.
Let me get this straight. Stop. Let me get this straight. So Ed's putting it out there that he's of the Sammy Hagar. He loves all Van. We're of the Roth, but we love all Van Halen, all eras, absolutely. So Ed is the Sammy advocate around here now, Charles, I guess. So,
oh my God,
you wear it well, my friend.
You know what? I love it. It's all good, man.
It's all good. It is
hilarious.
All good.
I think it's hilarious.
It's all good.
You know why? Because your first exposure, am I getting this right? Your first exposure was more the Sammy era? Is that really?
Yeah. Well, my first exposure was Dave in '84.
Yeah,
that was
in 84,
my first show. But then after that, I was bummed out.
It was over, though. You got the very tail end of the Roth era.
Yes.
You got Sammy, and you got an interesting version of Van Halen. Everybody gets their own version of Van Halen. We all have our own Van Halen. Yours is interesting.
Hey, Peter
all
Barker,
roads.
welcome.
You literally got a year-to-year window of Dave to Sammy.
Right.
That's
and I was
unique.
I was bummed out, and we all were. We're like Sammy, the I Can't Drive 55 guy. Yeah. It's going to be in Van Halen now. I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. And then 5150 came out, and I was like, this ain't too bad. I'm like, a lot of keyboards, but Eddie was leaning toward keyboards anyway. It didn't, but the guitar work was still great.
such a stark transition. It took me, God, I hate to, I've shared it before. It took me a while to get used to it, but I've embraced it. It's, and everyone says, well, it's all Eddie. It's all Van Halen. Okay.
Yes.
It's all Van Halen.
That's the way I look at it.
And that's totally cool, man. I was listening to some Karabi the other day. I admit it. I was. I did. It's good stuff. It's good music. So this is Halenville. That's,
So Ed, when once they put 5150 out and then OU812, which Hagar album do you like the best?
I actually like Balance.
Right on.
I like Balance the best, believe it or not.
Nice.
I know it was the tail end of their, with thing with Sammy, but I like how Ed matured and it's, for some reason I like Balance. I mean, 5150 was unbelievable. Obviously, right out of the gate, it went number one. And actually, all their albums went number one. But
it's really easy, to fall in love with Eddie's guitar tone on Balance.
Yes,
it really is.
I think that might have
to that point, and it's so good.
That's what I think that's what did it for me. Yeah. They were coming into their own, and they were maturing, and I kind of liked. I don't know. That's my opinion, I guess.
Well, when we talked about the Balance album about a year ago, John Conklin loves Balance, and I had actually voted on a show as that being one of my least favorite. But after that show, Charles, I kept Balance in the CD player for 6 months.
What? So you warmed up to it?
Oh,
yeah. Being around, okay, I'll say it. Being around people who love the band Van Halen for their entirety, and I normally, if I have to go to a song for Van Halen, let me think. I want to hear an album. I want to hear this or that. I usually go to Roth Era. Usually do, because I always have. I've trained to do it. That's what I did, and that's what I love. But from being in the last few years around you guys and getting more into the Van Halen thing as a group, I appreciate it all. I absolutely love it all. I really do. And then after Eddie passed, that just kind of solidified all of that 4 decades of music, almost 5 decades. Well, I guess it is 5 decades. 4 decades. That just makes it so special. So.
I belong to all the groups. I belong to the Mojo Dojo, David Lee Roth group where they bash Sammy all the time, and I belong to the Red Rocker group. And I'm, a lot of people know me as a redhead, believe it or not. But I'm a Halen head. I'm a Halen head, so I like it all. I love it all. Matt Anthony, there you go.
Right on, Ed. That's
it,
yeah, man.
That's awesome,
that is
man. That
cool,
is just
man.
so cool.
I never knew cool. that. I thought you would have said Roth all the way.
Yeah.
And nothing wrong. I'm kind of glad that Mr. Sammy's got that guy in his corner every week now.
Yeah. I like his philanthropy. I can't even say it. His charity work.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
He gives the food banks.
I like Sammy. I'm a big Sammy. That. I follow Sammy. My whole life, I've listened. I can honestly say I've listened to the Hagar era as much as the Roth era.
And don't get me wrong. There's some songs I dislike from the Sammy era. They just
Now that's a show, brother. We can do a show on that, you guys. Anytime you want.
Yeah, I don't like the Inside. I don't. It is quite. There's a few songs.
You don't like the Inside?
No, not really.
I like that.
I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I know there's a few that I
like
just
the groove too.
skip.
Crazy question. We were doing listening parties. I don't know when the next one Tony's thinking about doing, but I think we should do some Hagar era listening party sometime in the future, Tony, if you want.
We'll do that.
That would be really cool.
Certainly zoom in on that.
I've never been part
We hadn't done a interactive where we all listen, even the chat, to a piece of music. Yeah, we'll do that. Certainly
that
will.
Would be really cool. I don't want to pick the album though. Maybe do it however you want to, but I would look forward to that. I think it would be really cool.
We've had a listening party during the Balance album, but that's the only one from the.
I think I missed it. I missed the Balance. I was not present for that, was I? Was
I? Don't know.
Yeah. I think you were. Had
maybe I was.
Mike Frazier on.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
I remember now. Sorry, guys. Hey, that's all right.
Yeah. But we'll cover the Hagar era.
So
stuff,
Kurt,
of course.
Kurt 5150. Me too. AA Political Blues and Strung Out. Yeah, I don't like those either.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nope.
I tend to go past that one. But in all honesty, one of the first Sammy Hagar era Van Halen song I ever heard is still probably the one I like the least.
Really?
Yeah, the first time I heard "Why Can't This Be Love" on the radio, I knew about Sammy being in the band, and I was like, okay, and I heard that, and I was so disappointed. I was like, oh my God, no, they're not. I don't mind the keyboards. I love Jumping I'll Wait, but man, I was so disappointed. But I will say that when I've said this before, when I first bought the album, put the album on, and you hear that first "Hello, Babe," I loved it.
Yeah.
Everything about it. Yeah.
Yep. Get up.
Except for "Why Can't This Be Love."
You know what's funny? Sammy sings a lot about love and sex and food together for some reason. Up for breakfast. I mean, bleh. But
oh yeah.
Anyway, the song "Why Can't This Be Love." Kathy and I, we've been together almost 20 years now. She was a bartender, and I was down on my luck. Sad because I just broken up. I went through a relationship. I broke up, and I went to the bar. So she was a bartender at an American Legion. And I used to go there and drown my sorrows, and she listened to me and so forth. And that's how we met. And just like the video, with the guy sitting at the bar and the bartender and the people are dancing in the back. And so that's our song.
Wow.
Right on.
All roads, right, Charles?
Wow.
So...
Andy Carson,
great,
what's up, bro? Good to see you, man.
Andy, it's good to see you, brother.
Sneaking in here.
That's
right
great,
on, man.
Ed. Jeez, dude.
Yeah, it's just one of those things.
That is so cool. So,
Ed,
Tony, your graphics that you do are really cool. They are really cool, and the first time I really just noticed you and realized that you were just a great guy. You threw out some graphics that we saw, and I think it was on Halloween, if I'm getting that right. And it really, I just going to say to you, that made my Halloween. That was the icing on the cake for last Halloween, bro.
That's great.
So thank you for that. I don't think
You're welcome.
told you that at all, but thank you. I really appreciated that a lot.
I really enjoy doing those.
You have a gift.
I take the personalities and the jobs of you guys, and when I found out, what you did for a living and what, things like that, and it just your personalities and what you wear for shirts and things like that, and I made those avatars and put you in specific situations, backgrounds, and things like that. And
like that.
Yeah, I like that one.
That's great. That's just great, man.
Yeah. So,
that is so cool. That is so
yeah.
cool.
So it's just
I'm a tech moron.
It's a hobby.
And
it's just
that is really cool.
Yeah, it's just I just whip them up like crazy. It's all about layering. I'm not a Photoshop savant or anything. I do most of them on my phone.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. I did most of them with my finger on my phone. I didn't even use a stylus or anything. And I just learned how to do it. I don't know how, and I said, "Wow, this is interesting," and I just took it from there.
That's excellent. That is excellent.
Ed sent me a image of the whiskey, a go-go, where he used to work.
Yep.
And we were doing a show. Neil Daly was live there. Something about the whiskey. Somebody was live there. And Ed had sent me an image of this place and the billboard behind it. And I didn't see, but down at the door, at the stage door, was a little cartoon image of Charles manning the side door to
priceless, priceless.
With a security shirt on.
I think I asked you if you could send me, if there was a way to take that and actually put it into like an 8x10 so I could frame it and put it up. Because the stuff you do for us, it not only is it totally cool and everything, but 10 years from now, if I live that long, I would love to be able to look back and just look over my shoulder and see, because like I keep all this stuff,
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I think I put Hosford in as a special guest, and on the main billboard right in front of right at the corner of the building.
Yes,
I put him there, and I put Tony up on the big billboard up top, and you were at manning the door. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Right on.
Very cool, brother. Very cool. It makes memories that are just priceless.
Oh yeah. Ed is so good at that. Ed's made a lot of cool. Ed even made these. I'm not going to show it because Ed did that.
Those are awesome moves, Tony. I just want to let you know that. Oh my goodness.
Tony's got the moves, man. And your Rammstein concert. Oh hey.
Uh-oh. All right. You know what that means, right?
That means
you guys better bring your A game.
That means we're venturing into nearly impossible Van Halen trivia. Yeah. Yeah, so we have, let's go back to this while we do trivia. We have one question. It's a Van Halen question, and we're going to give you, if you answer it correctly, 71D quarter and $1 million VH bucks. You don't have one of these. Yeah, they're cool.
You got one of those on your Frankie there, Charles?
The quarter?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Actually, Frankie, we'll talk about it later. It's like it's right there. It's getting some surgery.
I've been eyeing it.
Yeah, but even if you don't play, you still want a 71D quarter.
Yes.
All right.
Of course you do. There is one question. The first correct answer that we see is the winner. If you are the winner, there's a trivia winners email down below in the description. Trivia winners email. You'll see it. Email me your name and address, and I'll mail you out that stuff tomorrow with other guitar picks and show stuff, and you'll dig the new Ed Dubril guitar pick. That's the big one right there. Yeah. Where's it at?
Get them while they're hot.
Boom.
Boom.
Yeah, look at Ed.
I can't even find mine.
That's all right.
Well,
I got you covered,
I have
brother.
I have
man.
another one. I have
got
another
you
one.
right here.
I got
Bam! There you go. Bam.
plenty more where that came from.
All right, so I think it's a tough question. I try to write them hard, but not too hard. You know, because sometimes I do win because I've just written it too hard, but that's why I call it nearly impossible Van Halen trivia. But you Van Halen fans, you guys are the best. You're the smartest on the planet. You know you're Van Halen, so it's tough to write them. Very tough to write them.
That's a hard question.
Yes.
All right. Either you know it or you
That's a
don't.
good
Good
question.
luck. Get ready to type. All right. Nearly Impossible Van Halen Trivia, June 6, 2023. Here we go. As a child, Eddie Van Halen saved up the money he made from his paper route to buy a drum kit. What brand kit did he buy? What brand? All
They're
right.
starting to come in. I did not know the answer to this.
Me neither.
I thought I knew it, and I gave up thinking. And when he told me the answer, I was not even close.
Ronco.
Ah!
Oh,
Look at that.
Ah!
I see it. There it
Why
is.
am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised?
Jay Turner.
Right there.
Jay
Congratulations,
Turner
Jay.
is proving why he is the Van Halen fan that he is.
He must be catching up to Christopher.
Jay Turner. Yes, sir.
That's
Right
awesome.
on. Jay Turner is the bass player for the North Carolina's premier Van Halen tribute band, Mean Street. Yeah. And Jay was a big winner here Saturday. So right on, Jay, you are the winner. I will be mailing you that out again tomorrow. Jay, I tell Jay lives near me. I tell him I'm going to just leave the red thing up on my mailbox. Come get it.
Excellent question, Tony.
That was a great
Excellent
question.
Yeah, St. George. That's, yeah. All right. So we'll put this aside for Jay Turner. Right on.
Excellent. Congrats, Jay. You rock.
Right on, Jay. You
Rock,
rock,
dude.
bro.
All right, Jay.
Sweet. And I'm happy to say that I've got a special bag. You want me to show it to you?
Yeah.
I got a special bag that I've never opened of different kind of Mean Street Jay Turner.
Oh,
Yes, sir. And we'll be unveiling them next week.
excellent.
Right here. Yep. Cool designs, coolness. Yeah, 2 new designs.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed everybody's talking about Sears. That's the first thing I thought.
Yeah,
Yes.
me too.
First thing I thought.
I think that's where he got it from.
Well, it's guitar. It's first guitar.
Oh. I meant the drum kit.
Yeah, I know. It's just funny how Sears kept popping up. Everyone just, that's kind of where they went.
Someone said Montgomery Ward too.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
That's it. That was a good guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, when I was a kid, looking through the Sears catalog, that's where I saw guitars. Pretty beautiful guitars, amps, all kinds of cool stuff. As a kid, you don't know.
I was looking at another section.
Yeah. Well, you know.
New bikinis show up in the new Sears catalog too.
For the new guitar,
Yeah.
right? You know.
Of course.
That's awesome.
So
Cost him $125, Tony, is what Jay says for that drum set.
yeah, that's right.
That's a lot of newspapers.
Can you imagine? You guys, I don't know if you guys ever got into drumming at all or not, but there you can actually buy really inexpensive cymbals that are nothing like the quality of a Paiste or a Zildjian. And they sound like trash can lids. They don't sound good. There's no brass. There's no body to them. It's kind of like the difference between a really cheap Floyd and a real one. And it's just funny. I'm thinking about how good the quality of the cymbals on a $125 drum set could be. Oh, that's funny. I think it's hilarious, man.
But it's also easy for your sibling. You know, you don't want to grab your brother's saxophone or his clarinet, but you'll grab the sticks and hit on his kit while he's not there, of course.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, there was this. I went to this church with my parents, and it was like a building that was adjacent to the church. It was the church building, but there was like a music room in there, and there was a drum set in there that this one kid had. I was like 9 or 10. I remember being there on like a Saturday with my dad, and I walked in, and there's this drum set up. It's like a 5-piece standard drum set. We weren't supposed to play it, but what do you think I did? I got on that sucker. I beat the crap out of it. You know what I mean? I had the time of my life. I was like 9, maybe, or something like that. I'll never forget that. It was totally cool.
Great.
Totally cool. It was just a cheap drum. I mean, it was nothing fancy at all, but it was way cool.
That's a good point, Dan, in New Jersey.
So Charles and Ed, let me tell everybody something while it's on my mind. Right here on the channel, in 2 weeks from tonight, 2 weeks, we're going to have a couple of special guests, and we're going to be doing a very special show about a very special instrument that we all know, and we're going to actually find out a couple of new things when we do this show about this guitar. So get ready. In 2 weeks, we'll be joined by Donnie Ward and a surprise special guest. Can't tell you that one.
Man. It's going to be way cool. Way cool.
Yes.
But that is in 2 weeks, June 20th, Tuesday, right here, Unearthing the Bumblebee.
Beautiful guitar.
Yeah.
Just like Halloween, right, Charles?
Favorite, man. It really is. It really is.
I think it's my favorite too.
Yeah. Something about it's timeless, bro. It's timeless.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. But we will talk all things Bumblebee, and we'll pick the guitar apart.
Donnie and a special guest, man.
Yeah.
Get your Bumblebee on.
Yep, I'll be wearing this kerchief.
Dude, that's awesome. Nice.
Right on, a bib.
Yeah, I'll wear it.
A Bumblebee bib.
I like it. Ryan Hall, it's good to see you, brother.
Hey, Ryan. Yeah. But that is in 2 weeks from tonight. And Donnie has been on board about this, and we've been in the works for a little while now. Looking forward to that. Join us in 2 weeks, June 20, Tuesday, right here. Yeah, man.
Yep.
So excited about. And you know what? This weekend, while I'm doing this, and we'll get back to the party. This weekend on Show Me Your Picks Saturday, where we talk guitar picks here on the weekend, we're going to be talking about the
Can't
lovely
wait.
Tina Turner.
Cannot wait.
Yes.
Super cool. Super cool. It's
Amazing.
funny. You look at that photo right there, the history of that lady right there at the time that photo was taken has already spanned like 50 something years or more. So there's a lot to Tina Turner. This is going to be a lot of fun. This will be a lot of fun. We're going to go back.
That's Saturday
Back in
right
time.
here. Yeah. Join
Very
us
cool.
for that. Yeah, that's going to be fun this Saturday.
Amazing talent.
Yeah.
And she had legs up to here. Holy moly.
Yeah.
Gorgeous, gorgeous lady.
Beautiful lady. Beautiful voice. My goodness.
Yes. She had the whole package.
So Ed, you did you see Van Halen in later tours? Did you see him on their final tour and
You know what?
after Dave came back and Wolfgang?
I did not see the final tour. I sort of protested because I didn't like the vocals, and in hindsight, I should have gone just for Eddie, but and I'm kicking myself because of it. That's the only tour I did not see since 1984. The last one.
Where was your venue for the final tour?
I think it was the Boston Garden. I'm pretty sure that would have been it. Because I don't think it was. I don't think they did they did play during the summer, correct?
Yeah.
So they might have played. I mean, around here it's down in Mansfield. It's been called a lot of different things.
They did mainly amphitheaters on that.
So it would have been Mansfield then, which is a shed. It's an amphitheater.
I think they did. I think
It's been called Great Woods, the Tweeter Center, the Verizon Center. I'm not even sure what it's called now. Xfinity Center, I think it's called now. Just like every other venue, they keep changing corporate sponsors.
Right.
So, but I did go. I did see the 5150 tour. I saw the OU812 tour, and then I saw the Monsters of Rock tour, which was up in Maine, and that was quite the quite the experience.
So Ed,
Awesome.
your Monsters of Rock show. So a lot of you'll know the main stop with the Storms and. Oh, yeah, and you were there, and you were one of the ones that stuck it out, man.
Yes, till the end. We waited about 2 hours for Van Halen to come on because
so there was this show almost stopped.
It was a mess. One of my girlfriends, I went up there with her and her brother and I think somebody else. It might have been just the three of us. Anyway, we got off the highway, and right away the traffic was stopped on the off-ramp. And it was a 2-lane road going all the way, probably a good at least 10 miles to this venue, which was called Oxford Plains Speedway, in the middle of nothing.
Wow.
And there were people, we were sitting in traffic, it had started raining, and we thought we were early. But because of the traffic, it was crazy. There were people going in the other lane trying to get ahead, and there were people jumping out of their vehicles and peeing and doing whatever in the residents' yards and that were along the road. And it was just, and the state police put an end to all the people coming. They tried to make it a 2-lane road. I mean, going one way, and they put an end to that. They came the other way and made everybody move aside.
So were you late to the show?
Yes, we got there. The overflow parking was a wooded area that they had bulldozed over, and it was mud.
Oh my goodness!
Because there was so much rain. So we got there, and we missed Kingdom Come. I didn't care. Tesla had just started playing, which was great.
That's awesome.
It wasn't Tesla. You mean Dokken?
Oh, I'm sorry,
It
Dokken.
was Dokken Metallica.
Dokken. Yeah, Dokken.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dokken. I get them confused sometimes. Dokken was incredible. They were great. And Metallica was good. There was a lot of thunder and lightning during the Scorpions. And Klaus was like, "Oh, the thunder and the lightning! We gotta go. We'll be back. We'll be back." And they came back and finished their set. And then it was like, you wait, and it's just pouring out, and you're in the middle of this. There's not much overhang or anything. You're in the middle of this old speedway, this old track. The stage is in the middle, and there's no place to hide. And we each spent $5. There was a vendor going around with those little poncho things. They come in a pack this big. You open it up and you put the hood on, and
Poncho.
$5. That was a lot of money for a little piece of plastic back then.
Yeah.
But so we sat it out, and we stayed till the end and saw Van Halen, and they were incredible.
That's awesome.
Did the rain make them late? Did they have to stop?
I don't remember them stopping in the middle of their set. I just know that they were about 2 hours late to coming on the stage. I think they wanted to wait until the worst of it was over.
So you guys stood out there. Where were you at in the stadium? Out in the open, on the floor, out in?
Well, the good thing is we were originally in like a grandstand kind of area, but a lot of people said "F this" and they left. So was the hell with it. We're going down.
Yeah.
So we went down closer toward on the track and then toward the infield where the stage was. So we got a little closer.
Excellent.
So I got to enjoy the show. I was soaking wet. We all were, but yeah, whatever. We're Van Halen fans.
You won't melt.
No. By then it was
awesome.
Whatever.
That was awesome.
It was kind of cold, and I think it was June. It was cold.
Wow. Yeah, we all heard about that show. That was, and heard them speak about that show too since. But yeah, they So you were one of the people that sat out there in the lightning. It was lightning out there all day.
It's just, I think some people got struck, actually. Yeah. I remember ambulances, and I remember, even Sammy mentioned it on a Today Show interview that he did with the band, and he said he's so admired the Van Halen fans. He goes, you're not going to see fans like that, and he said it was like a couple thousand of us, like 2,000 or 3,000. It wasn't huge. But even Michael Anthony said they made as much noise as 10,000, 12,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we did. We were so excited.
That is awesome.
Ed, did you have to have the chance to see the Foreign Lawful Carnal Knowledge tour or the Right Here Right Now tour?
So I did see all of those tours. I have a good story about the 1993 Right Here Right Now tour. I have a good friend of mine who's in that picture that you showed, Tim McDonald. He and I, we're anytime Van Halen or Sammy or somebody like that comes around, we go together. He's my concert buddy, kind of like you two, and he grew up in Lowell like I did. Yeah, that's Tim to my right, holding up a flag there, and that's his other friend. His name is Tim as well, Tim Conklin, with the red cup. But But Tim is a funny guy. He grew up in a different side of town. He grew up in Belvedere, which is the ritzy part of town. And all of his friends, he calls all of his friends nicknames. You know, like if you were Irish, you'd say, "Hey Fitzy, hey Sully, hey Murph," you know, that kind of thing. He's got funny names.
He's the guy that makes nicknames for. I say
he's the guy. We call him Beavis because he's an Irish guy who had blonde hair before, and he had a short temper and he would go crazy like Beavis.
Oh, he had a short temper.
Oh yeah, sure. He had very short temper, and we called him effing Tim because he would swear a lot. But we called him Beavis, and the other Tim with the glasses on, his nickname is Babyface. He's got some other friends. One is named Meat, and for obvious reasons. Another one's named Kielbasa. I don't know why.
Probably for the same.
So probably the same thing. And it's like a fraternity. And there's another guy.
Must be.
And there's another guy named he calls me Eggy because I had an egg head back then. Now I'm fatter, but and there was another guy named Heavy. He's a big guy.
Okay.
So we all went to the show. We were all meeting at Tim's parents' house, and somebody's car broke down, and so they were late getting there. I think it was Meat. So there was 3 vehicles, and we get on the highway, and this guy Jeff, whose name is Kielbasa, he had just bought a brand new Ford Bronco, and so I had my Mustang. I had a 5-liter Mustang, and Tim had a Cougar. And Tim's like, "Ed, stay behind me because my Cougar's acting up, and if something goes wrong, you know, I don't want you to leave me behind," because we didn't have any cell phones back then. We had pagers for work, you know, beepers. Mm-hmm. But so we all start driving up there, and Kielbasa's new vehicle breaks down. His transmission blew. So they had to hop into my vehicle. There was probably about 8 of us, so it was 4 and 4. And we drive down to the venue. We have a great time. We're drinking. We're tailgating. And this is at the same place where you see this picture. This is Mansfield, the amphitheater. And so we're having a great time. We see the show, you know, rocking in the free world, and the fireworks go off.
Hey, Robbie Stengel. Good to see
you.
Robbie, right there, brother.
We get out into the parking lot after the show, and there's a line like not going anywhere. And we didn't want to just sit in traffic, so we said, well, let's just sit here and drink the rest of our beer and hang out, you know, until it lightens up. Mm-hmm. So we ran out of beer. That's my friend Ed in the orange, a very good friend of mine. Like I've known him for 50 years. And that's me and Tim, you know, me giving the finger. And that's my 45th birthday cake. And that's Kathy's cousin Heather that I saw at I think it was a Motley Crue show. We just happened to see each other in a parking lot or in the venue, and I'm like, oh my God, it's Heather. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
So anyway, we're in the parking lot and we drink all of our beer. I'm like, shit, we're out of beer. And Heavy goes, I'll be right back. I'm like, where the hell's he going? And he takes off. And we're all looking at each other like, where the fuck is he going? So he comes back with a case of beer on his shoulder.
What?
And I said, where the hell did you get that? He goes, hey, you know those security guys that have the golf carts? They go around and they confiscate the beer. Well, they were busy. And I took it off the back of their golf cart. And he ran.
Goodness. That's awesome.
So we sat there and drank this case of Budweiser or whatever. And then the traffic, you know, got light. And then we went home. And my Mustang broke down on the way home. And I had to get a ride home from there. But yeah, it was a night of car breakdowns and a lot of fun. So
yeah,
this
you
is
break down going to the concert. You broke down leaving the concert.
Yes.
Stole a case of beer.
And Tim, the guy with the Cougar who said, stay behind me because my car is acting up, his car was fine. Everybody else broke down.
That's awesome.
So this show, this is This is Hair Fest at Indian Ranch in Webster, Mass. That Shreddy was nice enough to get me some VIP passes to.
That is awesome.
And that's, of course, Tim on the right, and that's his friend Pat that we met there, and then myself. And then that's me with Annie, Shreddy's wife, at their booth, their merch booth. And then me and Shreddy, of course.
That's so cool.
Last year.
That's so cool. Shreddy's awesome.
Yeah.
Father Ed, my goodness.
Yeah,
I wasn't aware.
The what do you call it? The founder of our company, our pool company, a plumbing company, had passed away, and that was actually the day of his funeral. And I got back to the office, and I said, I'm all dressed in black. I kind of look like a priest. So I put a piece of cardboard in my collar.
That's what that was.
Just to lighten the mood, and everybody laughed about it and took a picture of me.
Awesome.
I thought you were going to say something else, Ed. I thought you were going to say, "Yes, I'm him."
I mean, I want to bare my soul to you right now, brother. I don't know.
Confession? You got confession?
What's on your? That's a clock behind your head. It looked like a little.
No.
What do you call it?
It's not a halo.
That would be too much.
It's not a yarmulke either.
Goodness. Oh my goodness. Goodness. That's awesome.
Those are my kids. That's I have twin daughters who are going to be 29 this year, Elizabeth and Alicia. Gorgeous girls.
Beautiful.
Hi, guys.
And my son,
family.
my son Matthew just turned 23. I told them they should model. I mean,
absolutely.
Good
Hi,
looking
guys.
kids.
Nice to see you.
Beautiful family, brother. You're doing well.
Yeah.
Good. I give your wife all the credit for their looks, though, Ed. I just want to put that out there.
Well, I'm no longer with her. I'm
Charles.
But thank you. I guess.
You know I'm kidding, brother. You know I'm messing.
No,
with
that my son Matthew looks just like me when I was that age.
So cool. Ed, I'm curious. We're gonna hear. So they'll be in the future. There'll be stories about meat. There'll be stories about Kabasa. Yeah.
Beavis. Heavy.
That's what I was thinking.
These guys are funny. They're just funny guys, and they're all Tim's friends he grew up with, and after I met them, we were on dart teams together, and we did a lot of things together. His group of friends became my group of friends, and it was. I'm all about positivity and having fun. I don't like negative people. I just like to have fun and live life to its fullest, and and people like that I've met, and people like you, it makes everything great.
That's wonderful.
That's life's too short for crap. I'm not sure. I didn't see it.
So Ed, I'm compelled to. So once your buddy, who had the short fuse, who gives everybody nicknames, did these nicknames stick?
Some of them I don't even know their real name.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Really?
I mean, Tim does.
Wow.
Beavis does, but I still call if I see them. They're friends with me on Facebook or whatever. I'm like, oh, that's meat. Oh, that's kielbasa. I still call them that. It's funny. It's funny. It's like I said, it's like a fraternity, and we're all in our late 40s, 50s, whatever, and they're all still the same. They're settled down with families and things like that, but when we get together, it's a lot of fun.
That's wonderful, bro. That is so.
And I think there's actually a picture that I sent you, Tony. That there's some of them are in that picture of there was we had a get together at Tim's house for I think we were watching a fight or something. Yeah. Just a reason to get together. But it's in there somewhere.
Let me get back to where I was here. Give me a moment. Yeah. Let me. that's where we were. Let me go over here.
This is like this is your life. It's all good.
There it goes.
All right, so yeah, those are me and my kids. Yep.
Right on.
Oh, you really got a beautiful family, Ed. You really do.
Thank you.
Very cool.
Yeah, back when I had hair.
That's a lot of work. That's a big family. That's a lot of work. Bro.
Yeah.
Respect here, bro. Absolutely.
So this is.
Oh.
Well, you can see what it says there. 2004. I had the VIP pass. What's it called? I Love All Access. It was like $400 a ticket.
So you were at the show that Wolfgang, I think Lenny Lou was too. Dude, I didn't realize that, Ed.
She was there.
You saw some serious next level shit right there, dude.
So let me tell you what happened with that package. We got to sit in on sound check, and when we sat in on sound check, I was right in front of Eddie. Eddie came over to the edge of the stage. He sat down after he had a few swigs of smoking loon or whatever he was drinking, the wine. Wolfie was sitting on one of the speakers playing Game Boy, and they were doing sound check, and Sammy wasn't out there because Sammy never did sound check, but Eddie sat and he goes, "Hey, what do you guys want to hear?" And we're like, "What?" Romeo Delight. We're all like just dumbstruck, we're like, I could have touched him. He was right there. And so I was supposed to meet with some of the guys at a local bar before the show. Ron Pio.
Yeah.
Scott Gilbert, I don't know if you know him. And Ron Higgins is another one. And Rob Johnson, I think, was with them as well. We were supposed to meet at an Irish bar, but I was late, so we saw them in front of the venue, and then we saw them at the backstage. So they gave us this big room with a buffet of food and open bar, and they had raffles, and we got swag, and we got a backstage tour. Eddie, you could hear Eddie in his room noodling and practicing. Doogie, awesome. Doogie showed us the underside of the stage where Sammy and Mike had their little cubbies or whatever they call them, with the carpeting and the couches and the drinks and the bar, and it was a lot of fun. We had so much fun.
Lenny Lou's asking you a question.
Do I recall the old lady? I don't recall everybody. It was open bar, so
Lenny, are you talking about Mary?
My mom over when Ed called. That's awesome, Lenny. That is so cool.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So it was so much fun.
You remember that, Ed? When Ed called you guys over and Mary got run over.
She probably did. I don't know, but
yeah,
we rushed over there, and I know Scott Gilbert was right next to me, and he's in the picture with Wolfie. He's the guy with the I'm pretty sure he's the guy with the guitars on his back. He was. I think that's him. Well, he might have been more closer to the middle. But anyway, yeah, it was. It was. Right.
Not Lenny, but Mary.
So we all belong to the Van Halen mailing list. Back in the mid '90s and and the 2000s, and right. So we all kind of knew each other from that, and that was the before all this wonderful video stuff and StreamYard
and the Van Halen mailing list. Right on, bro.
Yeah, I was.
I didn't know that about you either.
Yeah, I was one of those guys. One of those. I wasn't a pioneer or anything. I was. I came in 1996. I think it started in '92 or something. But yeah, it was great. exchanging emails back and forth about Van Halen, and Valerie was on it too. She called herself Yoko.
Wow.
It was hilarious.
Wow.
she was blonde.
That's great.
She was blonde back then, and so yeah, that was a great show. I went to see them 4 times. I saw them on June 19th, June 20th in Worcester, and then I saw them in Albany, New York, at the Pepsi Center, and then I saw them in Hartford as well. So unfortunately,
that's cool, Ed. So when you first saw them in '84, but realizing that you got all these venues all around you, yeah, damn right.
yeah. I also had a fan website. It was called Ed's Van Halen Domain, where I had all kinds of things on there, news and cars and guitars, and all the links to other places, like, you know, all the bulletin boards and all the other websites, and so I had that for about 5 years, and back in the early 2000s.
What's up, Boner Jams?
Good to see you,
Hell
Boner.
yeah,
Right
we're
on,
talking
brother.
about corn, baby.
Absolutely, bro.
You got it.
So yeah, that was a lot of fun, that tour. Even though Eddie wasn't at his best, I still had a blast, and I was excited about it. The Van Halen 3 tour, I saw I think I saw 3 shows.
Oh, really? Wow.
And I was happy, you know, and Gary, you know, you got to give him a lot of credit for what he did, and you know, taking over like that, and I like that he went back in the catalog, and he sang them well too. He did a good job.
He had
That's,
massive shoes to fill. You know, it was a tough
yeah,
job.
and you know, when Mean Street came on, as Somebody Get Me a Doctor, I was like, wow, they're playing these songs now. So
Yeah,
you know, that
that's
was
awesome.
great. So that's my
That's
daughter
awesome.
Alicia's family, her husband Brandon, and my grandchildren Peyton and Jackson.
nice, Ed.
So
Very
Right
cool,
on.
brother.
Hi,
Yeah.
guys. Nice to
I-
see you.
Yeah,
I'm not. Yeah, I'll tell
That's
them to
so
watch
cool.
the replay. I'm sure
Excellent.
that.
Yeah, nice
That
to
is
see
so
all
cool.
of you. Good
Yeah.
looking.
Yeah, so I'm a grandfather many
Bunch.
times,
Right on.
and that's my daughter Elizabeth's family. Her and her boyfriend Chris, and their kids, and
Hi, guys.
Logan and Danny are my grandchildren, and Callie is like my step grandchild. She's Chris's daughter.
Yeah.
So
Excellent.
yeah,
That's excellent. Very
Right. Right.
yeah.
Cool, man.
And that's Kathy's daughter, Tasha, and my other step grandkids, Evan and Lydia. Lydia comes over here to sleep over quite often. And then Tasha's husband, Joe, he's a EMT.
Nice.
Very cool.
So I have a lot of extended family. So that's me and Kathy over the years. Just different pictures. Most of them are at concerts.
Yeah.
But you notice that I always have some sort of Van Halen or Sammy Hagar garb on, even at Christmas. And the bottom right one, we're at a Sammy show in Foxwoods Casino.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
That is
Cool.
so awesome.
Nice,
Yeah, so-
Ed.
You rock
Most
it.
of my pictures are all right. So that's Tim and the guys. I'm not going to say who Meat is or who's who, but
You know that was the next question. That was coming, brother.
so the guy with the hat on the left, that's Tim.
Let's guess.
That's Tim Coughlin, Babyface, the one that's in that other photo with holding the flag with me.
Yeah.
The one next to him to the right is Fonzie. That's his nickname. I don't know why. Then there's Tim. Then there's Mike. And then behind him, the tall guy, that's Danny. And then I think the one behind him, oh no, I'm sorry, the one to the right of Tim is Dickie. And then there's beside the tall guy is Mike, and the one behind him, I forget his name. And then there's me, giving the airs. And then there's, I forget his name. James. That's James.
Very cool.
So, yeah, that's part of the group.
Whoa! I can't match up those names to your stories. I can match those nicknames up.
Well,
though.
I can tell you, Babyface, Fonzie, Beavis, and Dickie. I'm not gonna say who's who. But anyway, a fun group of guys. And that was during there was some sort of fight on TV, just an excuse to get together and drink and play cards and have a ball. So my best friend in the world, Ed Veligor, is the one on the left up top. Like I said, I've known him since kindergarten. He was my best man when I got married. He's godfather of my kids.
Very cool.
And then Tim, of course, and this is at the Boat, which is right up the street at the Everybody Wants Some show. And of course, I wore my party shirt there, my rock shirt.
Nice.
The picture on the left top on the right top is at the 2004 Van Halen show at the Worcester Centrum, one of them.
Right.
And then of course the bottom one last year at the Sammy Hagar in the Circle.
Nice.
Very
Right
cool.
on.
Very cool.
You guys have seen a bunch of shows with each other, so
yeah.
So that's cool, bro.
I think in total I've seen 25 to 30 shows.
That's Van Halen, babe.
And some Sammy and by himself in between, and I saw the Sam and Dave tour in 2002.
These guys though, with these
off
friends of yours.
Off and on with those guys. Yep.
Nice, dude.
As well as other concerts. And that's one of my birthday cakes I just got a couple of years ago.
That's super cool, man.
Kathy had made for me. Yep.
Excellent.
And those are, yeah. So there's me so I saw Van Halen when the bottom right, that was me at 17 or 18, almost 18. That's when I saw Van Halen.
Nice.
Yeah.
Screenshot this, somebody, because there might be a trivia question coming.
Yeah.
Coming down one day.
Tony, we can use it against him later.
I might do one of those things where I show the picture and who is this?
So everybody gets to know Ed. A lot of you people in the chat are already friends with me on Facebook, so you see all my stuff. Those are my kids again. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool, brother.
Oh, so poor Gary Hoey, local guitarist from Lowell.
Yeah.
He's had a tough year and a half or so. He lost his sister to cancer. His mom just passed away, and his brother-in-law had a slip and fall accident, and I think his brother-in-law is like a flooring guy or something, and he can't work for 2 years.
Oh, jeez.
He's recovering from that. So I had a Gary Hoey guitar, a Fender that Kathy had won for me in a raffle, and it was signed by him and everything. And I had it hanging on my wall here. And I thought to myself, well, what can I do to help? So I reached out to Gary and I said, I have this guitar signed by you. Can I donate it? Because he was having a fundraiser at a local restaurant where he was playing and they were having raffles and things like that. So I stopped by and I dropped off the guitar, and between that one and another guitar that was signed by him, they raised $2,500
Nice.
for his brother-in-law.
Good.
So
for those of us that don't know, Gary Hoey, who has he played with? We know that name as a professional guitar player.
He's played with Lita Ford. He's produced one of her albums. He also has a thing. He does bluesy type, almost like Stevie Ray Vaughan guitar work. He plays. He does this Christmas show. It's called Ho Ho Hoey, where he plays Christmas tunes with his guitar.
Yeah.
He plays the song Linus and Lucy, which is a Charlie Brown song.
Who else has he played with though? There's somebody else that is.
Well, he's played with a lot of. I don't think he was in a band per se. He's always been sort of a solo kind of guitarist guy that hit.
I've got that. I'm absolutely positive. I've got the guy's guitar pick.
Oh, not Bachman. I'm trying to think of the show that I saw with him. He had Charlie Farron from Fahrenheit there, who's another local guy. He it starts with a B. I can't think of his name. Do you know? Are you asking me, Tony, or?
Yeah, I know he played with somebody. Anybody in the chat know who Gary played with that I can't think of?
I can't. Oh, it's driving me crazy now.
I really want to know.
I keep thinking it starts with a B, and it's.
Yeah. But,
Butcher, John Butcher. John Butcher Access.
John Butcher, okay.
That's right.
I think. Well, he was at Gary's show anyway. I don't know if I think they might have played together.
Yeah. I've seen John Butcher Access. I think all of us, if you went to concerts in the early 80s.
Early 80s, yeah.
John Butcher Access opened up for everybody. Everybody. Yeah.
So in this picture, Gary came in late. I'd already given the guitar to his sister, and I helped them unload and all that stuff. But I had to go. I couldn't stay. He kept asking me, come on, you got to stay for the show." I'm like, I really wish I could, but I can't. But I think I'm going to go see him soon. He's going to be coming back around here. He just came back from the West Coast. I think he was doing one of those fantasy camps, and I think he was on some sort of rock and roll cruise too. And all right, so that's from 2004. That's the swag I got.
VIP stuff, yeah.
Yeah, a shirt, a wristband, a hat. Yeah, so that was a great time.
Nice, Ed.
Yeah.
Right on.
Jay Turner threw it up for us in the chat, you guys, and I'll just read it. In 1990, he teamed with singer Joel Ellis, bassist Rex Tennyson, and drummer Frankie Banali to form Heavy Bones. The band released their debut album in 92, but broke up shortly afterwards.
Thank you, Jay.
That's still not the connection for his name that I'm.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Eric Johnson too, says Lenny Lou.
Maybe.
He's played. Maybe it's just the fact that I got his guitar pick that it's ringing. But I kind of knew, somebody told me he had played with Lita. Me and you talked about that, Ed.
Yeah. He
a while back.
I think he produced one of her albums, and he played with her. I think they were promoting it on some radio stations and stuff like that. And she also played at the show that I was at. She was there. It was a great night.
Oh, nice. You guys, I've never seen Lita Ford, man.
Yeah, she was amazing. So I have one more quick story for you. I mentioned Charlie Farron earlier. He lives right across the river from me, and my plumbing company, we put in a steam boiler for him, and he called up one time and said he was having trouble. Something wasn't working, so my boss sent me to his house to figure out what was going on. And it turns out he just needed batteries in his thermostat. But anyway, so as I was downstairs looking at his boiler, he has a home studio in the basement, and he came over to me and started telling me all these stories about working with opening up for Boston. Because Fahrenheit was they were kind of big, and I think they played Texas Jam, and he was very good friends with Brad Delp, and he finished a song that Brad had started, and after Brad died, he finished the song he asked Brad's family if he could take the cassette that Brad had him listen to, and he said, "Hey, can I finish this song?" And it was called Tuesday. But anyway, he was telling me all these stories about playing, with Jay Giles and all the Boston, and he played he was a singer for Joe Perry Project. When Joe Perry left Aerosmith, he was the lead singer.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the
But
connection.
that was Charlie Farron, though. That wasn't Gary.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So then he brings out, he goes, "Hey, check out my guitar." And he brings out this teardrop guitar that somebody made special for him. It was white and looked just like a teardrop. I'm like, oh my God, that is beautiful. And he was just, all the stories he was telling me about Extreme and all the Cars and all the Boston bands and playing with them, and he still tours on his own, and he was opening up for Night Ranger recently, but I could have sat in that basement forever, and I'm like, you're kind of still on the clock here, so I gotta go, but wow. He was a great, humble guy, very tall too, but he still had his 80s black hair.
That's awesome.
Ed, you said you're a Boston fan. That's cool, because that was how I first saw Van Halen.
Oh, when
them opening for Boston.
Yep.
So I was there to see Boston.
I saw them. They played during the what tour was that? No, not Division. Was Division Bell? I forget. Division. I forget which tour, but they played at the Worcester Centrum like 9 times in a row. They sold out 9 shows, and they played their first album from first song, all the way through, and it sounded just like the album.
Wow,
it was amazing.
That's
I
awesome.
saw show number 7 or something. I forget what show I was at, but they were great.
So let me stop you right there, Ed. You going to a lot of concerts back in the day, and how bands used to tour. You up in the Northeast, all these venues compared to other venues in different parts of the country, like here in the South, when bands come here, it's a one-nighter and that's it. But up there in the Northeast, as in other places, there's multiple nights in the same venue. So
Yes.
how did that play into your concert going strategy?
I was just glad to go to, at least one of them when they were, whoever it was touring. I was happy that they were playing multiple nights, and most of the bands would not play the exact same set list, which is good, because they don't want you, if you were there the night before, they don't want you to hear the same thing,
But did you seek out going to multiple nights when they're saying Van Halen's playing 5 nights here, and you're like,
oh, Van Halen,
I'm
yes,
going to all 5.
I certainly tried as much as my wallet would allow, but there were there were some tours where I saw them multiple times, yes.
Multiple nights.
Multiple nights, yes.
Nice.
Yes,
right
there was one tour, the Van Halen 3 tour at the amphitheater in Mansfield, where Gary lost his voice at the 3rd song, and Eddie came out and said, "We'll be back tomorrow night," and everybody's looking at him like, "What?" So they did. They came back the next night, and I saw Van Halen twice. Well,
that is awesome.
One and a half
awesome.
Anyway. Nice. I think that was Kenny Wayne Shepherd. I think opened for them on that tour. Was it Kenny Wayne Shepherd in '98? I forget.
I don't know.
I know
Andy,
Vince Neil opened them.
Bro.
Be well, brother. Be safe.
Yeah.
Bye, Andy. So, anyway, yeah. So that was a good time. I came back the next night and saw Van Halen again.
That's wonderful.
See, here we had to jump. I would see him, Greensboro, Raleigh, Charlotte, but still try to do Hampton or Roanoke or Richmond or something like that too.
Yes.
But had it been where they're doing, it only happened once or twice here where an artist would play 2 nights, in these places. But had they been multiple nights, shit.
You would have been there, right? I tried to take advantage. I tried to take advantage as much as I could. That's why I've seen them so many times, and I'll tell you, every time I saw Eddie Van Halen's guitar solo, it was like it was the first time. It blew my mind every time, and I knew note for note what he was going to play. Now he's going to play Cathedral. Now you kind of knew what the solo was going to be like, but it's still just incredible.
I've seen Van Halen in back-to-back nights, but not in the same building, from the same seat, from the same view.
Right.
Yeah, but that would be so cool just to go back. Hell yeah, I'd go all of them.
You'd find a way, right?
Yes, sir.
Good night, Boner. Be well,
See you, Boner.
See you, bro.
Yeah, we'll Jeff K, just like church, bro.
Just like
That's
church.
it. Yeah, exactly.
We'll see Jay and crew tomorrow night under the bus. Meet us over there, 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice to see you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. Nice not to be doing a show on Wednesday. It is.
I'm liking the Tuesday. I really
It does make the week longer, but
it does.
It seems, but it happens it up, and I can get more done in a week. I feel like so. Yeah, I like. Plus, I get to watch Jay and Boner and Kurt and those guys.
That's right.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Right on.
These guys crack me up. They crack me up.
So where are we at? We are almost approaching 2 good solid hours here on a Tuesday night.
Not bad, Tony.
Not bad. Yep.
Tuesday. Ed, I have certainly had a ball tonight.
Yeah, me too.
I've learned things. I thought I knew you, my friend, but
You think you know somebody and find out you don't know them at all.
I'm learning.
I thought I knew you, brother.
We learned a whole lot about you, man. This has been such a pleasure, man. You showed us some great shots or some great times, and your family. You got a beautiful family, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. We're
tickled
to have you here, man.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Just living life, man. Take it one day at a time.
Yeah. Ed, you rock, dude. This has been such a treat, man.
Yeah, I appreciate the spotlight.
Yeah, no, we wanted to get to know you a little better. We all knew you in the chat forever, but the on screen,
yeah,
they're gonna see you every week. Let's get to know you.
Yeah, I'm that wise guy with the witty jokes.
That's so cool. Hey, Robbie Stingle, love you, brother. You be well. You take care.
Like those guys on Under the Bus, they would fit in very well with all my friends. we would have a party. I'll tell you that right now.
Meat and
you think Boner
kielbasa.
can hang with meat? I don't know.
Boner and meat.
Meat.
Nice.
But anyway, when my friend Tim Beavis watches this, he's going to get a kick out of it. He said he couldn't come in watch it live, but he's going to watch the replay and he's going to laugh his butt off.
That's
right.
Really good. Thank you,
Beavis.
So.
I hear you.
Very cool.
I have a feeling Charles will be hearing about these guys again.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have some questions.
Backstage, okay.
All right.
I enjoyed the heck out of this set. Thank you, man. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bro. Very cool.
Yeah,
This
this has been cool. Yeah.
Actually, when I told Beavis I was doing this tonight and telling stories about concerts, he goes, "Oh, be careful what you talk about." I'm like, "Yeah, no, don't worry. It's just gonna be about
Don't
the Van Halen
tell them
concerts."
about the time before the Van Halen in 04. Don't tell them that one though.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
That's so cool.
I know. I
Yep.
know. Well, Ed and Charles, we're going to wind things down. Let's remind everybody that, if I can find it, this Saturday, we'll be right back here on the channel live Saturday, 9 p.m. for Show Me Your Pick. We'll show you a lot of guitar picks. We talk guitar picks every week. We love these things. Yes, we do, of all kinds.
We do.
Yes.
And we'll be talking about Tina Turner
That's gonna
and
be
her
fun.
guitar picks, among
That is
other
going to be
things.
fun.
Yeah. So we'll talk all things Tina Turner, a lot of Tina Turner band guitar picks, among other things. Tina Turner.
Is the hazing over now?
The hazing is over. Everybody, let's welcome Ed. He is officially past
Right there,
the
Ed.
hazing. No
Right there,
more
bro.
hazing.
Right there.
All right.
So Bachelor number 1. Feels
Now
like the dating
real,
game.
Now the real questions start, Ed.
Yeah.
All right. No, but we'll be right back here again next Tuesday night talking all things Van Halen. You know we will. We love Van Halen. You do too. Yep. And don't forget, in 2 weeks from tonight, we're counting it down. We are unearthing the Bumblebee with Donnie Ward and a surprise special guest. That's Tuesday, June 20th, in 2 weeks, right here.
Right here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. So we will see you guys next week. Hope to see you Saturday. In the meantime, have a great week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming tonight. Leave a thumbs up if you would on the video. Subscribe here if you're not already. We're closing in on 1,000, and thank you for that.
Excellent.
Just starting our 3rd year here on the channel doing this stuff. Let's see here. So, any last words there, Charles Green?
Hey guys, just don't forget, this is Halenville. Around here, it doesn't matter if you go north, south, east, or west. Every road is going to lead you straight to some Van Halen. Have a great week. Take care. God bless. And rock on.
Right on.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Man, I love Van Halen.
Just love it.
Love it. It was awesome.